Grew up, my parents were very religious, and they instilled into me, they instilled a lot of principles, religious principles.
So that's how
Now,
it's done. That's
spiritual
trick.
also. As I grew up, I learned that a lot of things my parents told me, though they believed it, they were sincere in their belief. But as I grew up, I learned that a lot of things they told me were not quite the way they explained it. It didn't happen quite the way they explained it. But they were sincere in everything that they did in trying to, give me a good education and lessons on. Like there are so many things that I do not do today because my father used to always say, he was religious, but he didn't just say, didn't use the Bible all the time. He would just say, bad boys don't do this, or bad boys don't do that. And so there are a lot of things. I never gambled, smoked, messed over girls and everything because my father would always say, that's what bad boys do. That was his opinion. My mother was a little bit more religious, okay, let's just say a little more religious than he was. And she would always use God, God don't like, she said, God don't like ugly, God don't like ugly things, things like that. That would be her comment. Again, they taught me religion as it had been taught to them, as to why certain things happen. And as I got older and went to college and learned a few things, I learned that certain things happen, and they didn't happen quite the way. They didn't happen for the reason that they gave. Let's just say a storm came along. This storm would do damage to our barn or scatter the animal. We had a few animals on the farm. You get up in the morning, the fence is down and the animals are scattered. Okay, all of that was attributed to God. That's God's word. Oh, one other thing. There are certain things I remember, as I was growing up. One thing was when there's a storm, whenever there's a storm, you sit down and you be quiet because that's God at work. God is at work, while the storm is going on, and you are supposed to be quiet and not interfere with anything. Just don't go running around playing and yelling and like everything else. So anyway, I'm just saying, I was taught things like that. As I grew older, I learned that wasn't quite true as I saw true. That's maybe part of him being at work, but I don't think that you have to sit down and not do anything and just be quiet while he's working. This is what I'm talking about. We were taught a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
And once again, as I grew, no, my wife still kind of hold on to certain things.